I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are celebrating Trump beginning collections on federal student loans, it is not only fucked up, but you are not standing on principle. You're not. I'm sorry. You are celebrating people's suffering. Actually, I'm not sorry. Let me amend that. You are celebrating people's suffering, and you are not just saying, oh, yeah, it's good for you. It builds character, and if I had to do it, you should. No, you are sentencing someone to being labeled as a criminal, to have debt collection hanging over their heads.
Well, they just dropped the student loan bomb.
Yes, Libras are not getting tired of freak out like this. They are now melting down on social media about repaying student loan. We saw what the Biden administration did forgiving a lot of these people. Now, the Trump administration is coming in with these. The White House press secretary made a statement, in fact, made an announcement today about it. I've seen a lot of videos circulating about it. It's important. I show you what exactly is going on. I knew a meltdown is coming, and I'm seeing exactly that. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion. But fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. America is $36 trillion in debt. We must get our fiscal house in order and restore common sense to our country. If you take out a loan, you have to pay it back. It's very simple.
Well, they just dropped the student loan bomb. The federal government just announced that it's coming for your loans, and collections begin May 5th for student loan debt. If you're in default, they can garnish your wages, they can take your tax return, and they can even take your benefits like Social Security.
Yes, I believe you heard what she said. I'm about to show you what these people are putting out about these collections of student loans bank. Trump made it clear. I saw a post, which I'm still to go into that. Ladies like this coming out to insult people because they took a decision to collect what they borrowed is something they don't understand. If you are taking a decision to borrow, it's because you think at a certain time you will repay that bank. Why is it a problem? Why are people melting down? I don't get it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are celebrating Trump beginning collections on federal student loans, but you are not standing on principle. You're not. I'm sorry. You are celebrating people's suffering. Actually, I'm not sorry. Let me amend that. You are celebrating people's suffering, and you are not just saying, oh, yeah, it's good for you. It builds character, and if I had to do it, you should. No, you are sentencing someone to being labeled as a criminal, to have debt collection hanging over their heads, to have their wages garnished, to have their tax up, to have their Social Security benefits. Like, you are putting a person who is in a much different situation than you were when you were paying your student loans to have their life compromised, to be set up for failure for the rest of their life. We are already in a recession. We are already all struggling financially and have been for quite some time. And what? Now this is something we celebrate. This is something we say, oh my God, I'm so happy that people who are defaulted, who are severely in debt already and in a financial crisis already, yeah, let's just push them over the edge. Let's just take them for all they've got. Let's just send them to collections. Why? because I had to pay my student loans. What? Are we not all here so that we can reduce our collective suffering? Like, we should want less people to suffer, not more. And especially not if we know what that suffering feels like. Why am I trying to haze people just because I endure suffering that I can help eliminate for future generations? What? Like, it makes no sense. The people who are like, oh yeah, well, I'm doing this because it's what I wish I could have had in my childhood. I just want to make the world a better place and easier so that, they don't have to go through what I did. And then they're like, but you have to go through what I did. You have to suffer. It is the people who are already struggling to pay overdraft fees in their bank accounts that you are celebrating having to pay so much money that they don't have, to the point where their wages, taxes, and social security benefits are going to be garnished and fucked. And on top of all of this, what populations is this going to affect most negatively? Oh, marginalized ones. Who are the people that get student loans and get federal student loans? Who are the people that are disadvantaged economically? Like, hello, everybody, please.
And for your loans. And collections begin May 5th for student loan debt. If you're in default, they can garnish your wages. They can take your tax return. And they can even take, your benefits like Social Security. And if you still can't pay it and you default, they're going to send you to collections. There are about 5.3 million people in the United States right now in default. This is going to hurt the people that are already struggling the most. They are really just trying to absolutely cripple as many people as possible at this point. It's pretty clear they want us completely broke. They don't give about our health. They don't really give a shit if we die. They're just gonna cut fucking everything. This really just paves the path for so much more bullshit. I just realized that's about the same amount of people that have been at the protests. Interesting. Well, see you guys May 1st. That's the next one.
I don't understand what exactly this person is talking about. The decision you took to borrow, it was to pay back. So I don't get the point. They understand that if they give a date that you should repay, by that time, a lot of people will not do it. So tell me the means, if you are in that position, what you would do to collect back that money. I want you to know your opinion on that. A lot of people often, just blow up because of the hatred to Trump and some of the people he worked with. That has been the case with some of these Libras crying on social media. The Biden administration did what they could do by forgiving a lot of people. Now, it is time for you to be accountable for your own actions. Why the cry? You borrowed the money not to repay back, or what exactly? I don't get it. I really want to know. I understand some people watching me might be passing through these same situations. I want to know your opinion. Is it okay for the Trump administration to use this means to collect back that money? Yes, thanks for watching. And please, if you see some short clips after my videos, that is always for the YouTube algorithm. Yes, at a certain point, this channel was not getting recommendations. Reason you usually see, you know, I put up short clips at the end. I can't explain it here.
You cannot bring a weapon to school. You can't say I was self.
All he described was the potential for an offensive
and
might happen to her.
This family.
Followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is.
we start talking about this man, Kilmo.
Yeah, so I